In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, the simple act of pausing to reflect on gratitude can be transformative. It was during a particularly challenging phase of my life that I stumbled upon the practice of daily gratitude journaling. At first, it seemed like a trivial exercise, a mere trend that would soon fade into the background noise of self-help fads. However, as I committed to this practice, I found it to be a profound tool for change, reshaping not only my perspective, but also my overall well-being and relationships. Initially, I approached gratitude journaling with skepticism. I remember sitting at my kitchen table, staring at the blank page of my notebook, feeling the weight of my worries pressing down on me. I had recently gone through a tough breakup and was grappling with feelings of inadequacy and loneliness. The idea of writing down things I was grateful for felt almost disingenuous. How could I be grateful when my heart felt heavy? Yet, I pushed through, determined to give it a fair shot. I wrote down simple things: the warmth of my morning coffee, the sound of birds chirping outside my window, and the comforting embrace of my favorite blanket. It was a start, albeit a shaky one. As the days turned into weeks, I began to notice a subtle shift in my mindset. Each evening, as I reflected on my day and recorded my thoughts, I found myself searching for moments of joy amidst the mundane. I started to appreciate the small victories, completing a challenging project at work, sharing a laugh with a friend, or even just enjoying a quiet moment of solitude. The act of writing these moments down became a ritual, a way to anchor myself in positivity. I began to see that gratitude was not about denying my struggles, but rather acknowledging the light that coexisted with the darkness. One of the most striking changes came in my interactions with others. I had always considered myself a good friend, but I realized that I often took my relationships for granted. As I wrote about the people in my life who brought me joy, I felt compelled to express my appreciation to them. I started sending thoughtful messages to friends, recounting specific moments that made me grateful for their presence. The responses were overwhelmingly positive. Friends expressed their surprise and delight at my newfound openness. One friend, in particular, wrote back, sharing how my message came at a time when she needed a reminder of her worth. This exchange sparked a deeper connection between us, illustrating how gratitude could not only uplift my spirit, but also strengthen my relationships. Over time, my gratitude practice evolved. I began to explore themes in my journaling, focusing on different aspects of my life. One week, I dedicated my entries to nature, noting the beauty of the changing seasons and the calming effect of a walk in the park. Another week, I focused on personal growth, reflecting on challenges I had overcome and the lessons I had learned. This thematic approach allowed me to dive deeper into my experiences, fostering a sense of awareness that I had previously overlooked. I found myself embracing discomfort and uncertainty, recognizing them as integral parts of my journey. The act of journaling became a mirror, reflecting not just the good, but also the growth that stemmed from adversity. As the months rolled on, I began to notice how gratitude had seeped into my daily life. I became more mindful, able to appreciate the little things that once slipped by unnoticed. During a particularly hectic day, I found myself feeling overwhelmed by a long to-do list. Instead of spiraling into anxiety, I paused and took a moment to breathe. I recalled my gratitude practice and shifted my focus. I reminded myself of the opportunity to work, the support of my colleagues, and the privilege of having a job that challenged me. This shift in perspective transformed my stress into motivation, and I tackled my tasks with renewed vigor. The impact of gratitude journaling extended beyond my personal well-being. It began to influence how I viewed the world around me. I became more empathetic, more understanding of the struggles that others faced. When I encountered someone who seemed upset or distant, I reminded myself that everyone has their battles. This realization fostered a sense of compassion, enabling me to approach interactions with kindness rather than judgment. I found myself engaging in conversations with a genuine curiosity, seeking to understand rather than to respond. This shift not only enriched my relationships, but also created a ripple effect in my community. The more I practiced gratitude, the more I noticed others doing the same, creating an environment where positivity thrived. As I look back on my journey with gratitude journaling, I'm struck by how far I have come. What began as a simple practice has transformed into a cornerstone of my life. I have learned that gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion. It is a choice, a commitment to seek the good even when times are tough. It has taught me resilience, reminding me that challenges are often opportunities in disguise. I have come to understand that gratitude is a practice that requires intention and consistency, but the rewards are immeasurable. Now, as I sit down to journal each evening, I reflect not only on the day's highlights, but also on the lessons learned and the growth experienced. I cherish the connections I have cultivated and the deeper understanding I have gained about myself and others. Gratitude has become a lens through which I view my life, illuminating the beauty in the ordinary and reminding me of the power of perspective. In a world filled with uncertainty, this practice has become my anchor, guiding me towards a life rich in appreciation, connection, and joy.